Hello, hello, hello. Yes, we are live.
How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends.
Hey.
How many of us have them?
Yes, how many of us have them? Friends. Welcome to another episode of I've Got Questions. And tonight we are talking about friends. How many of us really have some true friends? I mean, the ones that you know that you can count on, the ones that you know will be there for you, the ones who inspire you, who encourage you, who lift you up, who build you up, who know, that shadow side of you that you don't want anybody else to know about. How many of us have some really good friends? Hi, Tati's World. How are you? And so tonight, I just want to talk to you guys about how important having a good support system and having a good and strong tribe in your corner, how that is essential. Depending on where you are in life, you may feel like you don't want any friends, or you may feel like, no new friends for a lot of people. But what I encourage you to look at is the benefits of having good friends. And there are many benefits of having good friends in your life. Okay? And so I want to spend a little bit of time tonight. Hi, Sam. That's my best friend. I wanted to start off tonight talking about how having a good support system when you are healing, having the right people around you and in your pocket is essential. Listen, not everybody is going to know or understand or be on the same level with you when you are going through things, when you elevate. And it's essential to have that key, that core group of friends who, no matter what, will lift you up, who will remind you when it's hard for you to see yourself. Having a good circle, and when I say good circle, I'm not talking about people who you just sit around and gossip with. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about they remind you of who you are on the days when you can't see yourself in the mirror. On the days when you feel like you can't make it. On the days when you feel like I've had enough. I'm over this. It is above you now. Having that strong support system in place is beneficial to not only your mental health, but when you are we've been talking a lot about healing in these last couple of weeks, and we've talked about different aspects, heartbreak, and it's not just, and we talked last week about how it's not just about intimate relationships. It's not just about having someone to go out to the club with. No. We are talking about having a mirror in your corner. Having a mirror when you are having trouble seeing yourself. Healing sometimes is not always pretty. It can be painful. It can be messy. It can be devastating, to say the least. And having someone who was there to understand you through those times. I cannot stress that. And understand this, everybody can't go where you're going. When you go through those times of elevation, and you go through those times when you are facing depression, anxiety, whatever it is, you need somebody in your corner to say, hey, take a deep breath. You got this. You can make it through. I have been fortunate enough to have friends in my life who have been there. I feel like I want to say eons. But majority of my friends who I have now, the vast majority have been in my life for at least 10 years or more. They have seen me at my best. They have seen me at my worst. And they have seen the work in progress. And one of the things that I have learned over the years is that you will go through different friend cycles. Just because someone is your friend this year does not mean that next year they're going to be your friend. One of the things that I want to address about friendship is friendships go through cycles just like relationships. Hey, best friend, my other best friend just joined. They go through cycles just like, hi Kenyatta, just like any other relationship, and you have to nurture them. You have to put time in. Quite often we meet people and immediately we're like, oh, that's my friend, that's my friend. Don't confuse an association with a friendship. Friendships take time to build trust, to build memories, to build a sense of knowing each other. Like I just said, 2 of my best friends are on here, and one I have known since I was 15 years old. The other one, I met when I joined my sorority. And so over the years, both of them have seen me go through personal phases. And what I can say about those two is that they have weathered the storm with me. They've been there with me through it all. Why is that? A lot of times when we begin to elevate, you will notice that people will begin to fall off. Why? Because those things that are changing within you, those things that you are growing out of and letting go of that are no longer serving you anymore, when you met those people, who you are and who you were attracted those people. So some people don't make it through the transitions because their seasons are over, and you've got to be really, really, really careful that when somebody's season is over, to let them go. Wish them well on their journey, but let them go. Because what you don't want to mistake is seasonal people for lifetime people. And a lot of us do that. If you take a moment and look at your friend circle, they say that your friend circle says a lot about who you are. So if you take a moment to look at who you have in your circle right now, what is that saying about you? What reflection is mirroring back at you? Hi, Monique. What, who are these people? I remember years ago someone told me, you need to surround yourself with people who are beyond the level that you are at, so that you have something to aspire to in your friend circle. And that stuck with me. And over the years, I feel like if you look at all of my friends, we reflect each other. We reflect who we are as people and where we're going in life. I think for me, one of the hardest things that I had to learn was that not everybody could come with me. I work on letting go of things, because I'm one of those people that I need to see it through to the end. But what wisdom has taught me is that when friendships hit rough times, and they sometimes will, like I said, they're just like any other relationships, right? So that means that at some point you may hit a bump in the road. You may hit, a rough patch or a bad patch with your friend. What happens then? How do you know when to keep them as a friend, when to let them go, when their time simply in your life is over? Just like in any other relationship, there has to be boundaries. If you feel like a boundary has been broken in your friendship, it is your responsibility to communicate to whoever that is, hey, I've got an issue. A lot of times, just like in romantic relationships, we will hit rough times, we will get offended, our feelings are hurt, we're angry about something, and someone will ask you, well, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. When you're dealing with someone that you love, whether it is your parents, your family, your friends, and you are triggered by something, you are upset by something, if someone asks you what's wrong, don't do yourself a disservice by saying nothing. Because if that's not the truth, then that's a lie. Talk it out and say, I'm not ready to talk about it right now. Can we talk about it later? I need some time to cool off. Whatever it is, I need some time to process. Whatever it is. But communicate. Because you can't expect for people to know and understand where you're coming from or why you feel the way you feel if you don't communicate. And a lot of friendships break down because of either miscommunications or no communication at all. Okay? So that's important. Listen, I can't define for you what a good friend is. Everyone has their own definitions. Everyone has their own, kind of standard for their lives. I can't make that decision for you. But what I can say is, make sure that in any relationship that you have, at your job, with your family, with your friends, whoever, you've got to have boundaries. Boundaries and communication work hand in hand for any relationship that you have. So back to what happens when your friendship hits a rough patch. So again, solely, I can't tell you what to do in your life. That's not what I'm here for. But what I can tell you to do is evaluate that relationship. Take time to reflect. Take time to process. It is important to not let your emotions speak for you. And I think I said that in one of my other videos. Don't let your emotions speak for you. Meaning, if you're angry, Don't let that anger speak for you, and then you become disrespectful, or you get out of term, or you say things that you don't mean. Don't let your emotions speak for you. You, as an adult, I trust that we're all adults here. You are in control of your emotions. Your emotions don't control you. Now, I know that's not the case for everybody. Some of us are still working it out. But I'm giving you the steps here. I encourage all of my clients to breathe. The power of breath, of just simply inhaling and exhaling, the time that it takes you to do that and focus on that will give you the time that you need to kind of recollect yourself and then respond. There is a difference between reacting and responding. Keep in mind, although you might be angry, before you were angry, this was somebody that you loved. This was your ace boon coon, your ride or die. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. You got to keep that in mind. And although something may have happened to trigger you or to make you upset, don't let your emotions speak for you. We all have deal breakers in every relationship. You know what your deal breakers are. What I would say is reflect, process, check in with yourself to see what you are feeling. Not everybody deserves to be thrown away. It took me a very long time to understand that. It took me a very long time to get that lesson. Not everybody deserves to be thrown away. And a lot of that is getting your emotions in check. There are some friendships that are salvageable. It's possible. Y'all, this one gray hair is really working my nerves on my hair. Don't laugh at me, but I got this one gray hair that just has become very disrespectful, and it is working my nerves. Gray hair. But not everybody deserves to be thrown away. With maturity, with growth, with healing, it's so important that if you are committed to that relationship, if you actually love your friend the way you say you do, you'll understand that we are all human, and sometimes we're not going to get it right. We're not going to get it right. And guess what? That is okay. It's okay. I know there is a group of people out there who feel like at this point in my life I don't need any new friends, and that is okay. Manage the ones that you have. Okay? Manage the ones that you have. But by all means, not everybody deserves to be thrown away. Sometimes you just need some time apart. Sometimes you need to take a separation. You go to your corner, I'm going to go to my corner, and we're going to let some time pass, and we'll come back together. Right? Friendships are important. They're one of the ships in life. And I promise you, if you have the right people in your corner, you can make it through just about anything. And I'm not talking about the people who you have to smile for. I'm not talking about the people who you have to put on for. I'm talking about the people who have seen and know the ugly part of you. I'm talking about they've seen the ugly funeral cry. Some of them have held you. They've held your hand. They sat with you. Having a good support system is essential to good mental health. Get you some friends that are not like you so that you're always learning. Get you some friends that are older and younger so that your circle is well-rounded. If all you do is sit around with your friends and talk about other people, talk about Facebook and Instagram and trivial things, it might be time for you to reevaluate who's in your circle. If you have to worry about if what you said is going to come back to you through other people, it might be time to reevaluate your circle. And here's the thing. As you begin to elevate, not everybody's going to like to change. It'll be people who you thought were going to be in your corner, who are going to be there for you, who end up being the ones who are not there. It might be the ones that you least expect. It might be somebody new that you just happen to meet. I'm not saying that all social media is bad, but you got to do it with intention and purpose. What's it helping you do? If everybody in your circle is doing bad, it might be time to reevaluate that circle. Just a thought. Anybody out there got any questions? You can go ahead and drop them in the comments. If you have a comment, drop them in the comments. I want to talk a little bit about friendships that I want to use the word evolve. That's the word I want to use. Friendships that evolve through the growth process. One of the things that I was having a conversation with somebody about a couple of days ago was during the process of recovery. I'm talking about drug and alcohol recovery. 9 times out of 10, they don't want you to go through recovery in a relationship or in any type of close, intimate. And intimate can mean a different variety of relationships, but intimate relationships. And one of the reasons why is because as you begin to heal, you elevate. And then suddenly you realize that all you had in common were the things that you left behind. The same is true in life. As you begin, remember when I said earlier that sometimes your wounds attract your ships. That is your friendships, your relationships, your co-workerships, all the ships. Those are your wounds, and what you have not healed attracts those people. Don't be afraid to embrace new people who come in your life. I'm a big fan on divine connections. You just might not know who the universe is sending to bless you. You might not know how this new friend can add something wonderful to your life. But you got to remain open and be open to divine connections. They are a godsend in many ways. When you hear people talk about friendships and, oh, I met this person and I don't know where they came from, and oh, we just clicked, and they helped me so much. Sometimes strangers will bless you more than the people who know you and are in your family and love you. Total strangers will bless you more. So be open. Be open to that. Really quickly, I wanted to end with just a short reflection on a couple of weeks ago. We talked about grieving, and we talked about the two young ladies who had passed away suddenly. A lot of people on social media were saying a lot of negative things about their friends, and I wanted to address what happens when you can't be the friend that somebody else feels you should be, or other people feel you should be. What happens then when you, or maybe you feel like you have let a friend down? What happens then? It goes back to what I said about communication. I had a friend say to me, we were talking about friendship and a conversation, and she said, sometimes people just don't have space to take on somebody else's problems. And I said, you're absolutely right. But when we are talking about a friendship, don't you think that it is appropriate to communicate, I can't take that on. I'm here for you and I love you. It may not look like what you need right now, but I can't take that on. And so communication is, I'm telling you guys, it is so important. There are going to be times as a friend, anybody out there who's ever been a friend will tell you, sometimes you are going to drop the ball. And there is nothing that you can do about it. It's just nothing you can do about it. Communication. I think it is helpful when dealing with friends to acknowledge, and that is acknowledge where the breakdown or the miscommunication was without blaming. Remember, keep in mind, this is your ace boon coon, this is your homie, this is the person that you love. So there's no need to be disrespectful. There's no need to be nasty. We're adults here, right? Communication. I'm telling you guys, it's the missing key. You gotta know how to communicate. I'm telling you, in any relationship that you have, I don't know one relationship that will survive without communication. Be authentic. Be authentic. It is nothing worse than smiling in somebody's face. Oh yeah, and yeah, girl, and this is that, and then behind their back, it's like, oh, she's not going to make it. Be authentic. If there's something that's said or done that you don't like, be authentic with your friend. Good friends are hard to come by. And remember, the relationships need nurturing. So if you're always talking on social media, plan a trip. Go see a friend. Have a girls' night or a guys' night out. Spend time. See them. Listen, I'm a face-to-face person. So if I'm your friend and I don't hear from you after a while, I will roll up to your house. just to knock on your door because I need to see you. I need to make sure that you are actually, doing okay. You have to invest. Invest in your friends. Are you supporting them? Those friends who have, businesses and dreams, how do you support them? One of the things that I was telling somebody just the other day is that I don't do what I do for likes on Instagram or Facebook. I really do what I do to help people wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I do it to help people. And so I try to show support to other people, even if it's just, the smallest thing, by liking your business page or liking a post that you might have put up or reading an article that that you've written. I do that as a sign of support. Do I get that back? No, absolutely not. However, it doesn't stop me from being that type of friend. Now, do I put boundaries around some of that now? Yes, because that is self-care. That is self-preservation for myself. That is me learning how to take responsibility and accountability for my own feelings and emotions. I don't do what I do for my friends, not necessarily. I do what I do for the world, for whoever who needs it. It may be 7 people on the live. It may be 0 people on the live. But I come on here every Sunday because I want to help somebody. If just one person watches and their soul is fed, then guess what? We got something good there. But I don't allow myself to get caught up on who supports me and who doesn't. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in what I'm called to do, and and I have people around me who love me and that I know support me, and that's the most important thing for me. But to have a good tribe, that soul tribe, in a couple of weeks we're going to be talking about soulmates. Okay, so make sure y'all tune in. Soulmates and twin flames. But one of the things that I believe, before I can't really say that I believed in soulmates, and then I did some more reading and some more research, and I come to understand that what I do believe in now, I do believe in soulmates, and I know that they're totally different. But I also believe in soul tribes. And soul tribes are basically these people who are meant to be there. They're your warriors. They are your tribe. And you guys made this pact that here or the next life or the previous life, like, I got you. I got you. So I am thankful for those who you find in your tribe. If you've been hurt, I would encourage you to heal. Heal, 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 heal. We've been talking about that for a couple of weeks, and I'm not going to let go, because healing is almost like the foundation of any good relationship. Moving forward, if you want something good, you gotta heal from what you've been through. And I'm talking about all the way back to childhood. You gotta heal it. It will show up in every relationship, every situationship. If you don't heal it, it'll show up. Okay? When you find those good friends, my dear soul, hold on to them. Good friends, especially in today's society, good friends are hard to come by. Growing up, your mama used to say, everybody ain't your friend. She was so right. She was right. Everybody is not your friend. Although they may call themselves that, although some of us just have different definitions of friends. Be there. Be you. And communicate. Those are the key takeaways that I want you to take away this evening. Friendship is a blessing. Not everybody has it. Although many of us take it for granted. We don't, a lot of us can't imagine life without it or without them. But there are plenty of people out here who don't have friends. So if you've got a good friend in your life, you got a real one, you got a ride or die, cherish them, take care of them, take care of the relationship, okay? Cherish it, nurture it, invest in it, okay? Because good friends, I'm telling you, good friends are good for your health. All right? Well, that has been our episode for tonight. And I thank everybody who stopped by to sit with us for a minute and listen as we talked about friendships. I'm going to keep doing this. So I want you to keep coming back. Almost like an NA meeting. Just keep coming back. But I'm going to keep doing this. And my hope is that somebody, through one of the conversations, will find something that they need. Even if it's just to get you through the night, whether it's to get you through the week. I hope that you find something that you need here. Okay? Remember, the Giving Tree Sanctuary is here. We are a holistic mental health stop. So if you are interested in therapy services, if you are interested in workshops, presentations, retreats, conferences, you can contact us at the Giving Tree Center at gmail.com. Once again, that is the Giving Tree Center at gmail.com. If you would like for me to speak at any of those events that you might be hosting or want to create, just let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I love you all and have a great week.